This is a complete new video. This is just a try what I can do. I want to talk about education or training, and the efficiency, so kind of efficiency of training. Yeah. And now the thing is, if I look at the brain of a person, and there are then sensors and there are different parts of the brain. Now the thing is, sensors kind of would be the eye, and then there are filters, so sensor, filter. Now the thing is, when then there is kind of the teacher, teaches, says something or shows something, yeah, and this then goes into the brain of this person here. Now the question is, does this information, let's put it kind of, he says a piece of information, so E1, and then this E1 makes it through the sensor, through the filter into the brain, and then eventually, so like short term and then eventually long term brain. So then there is E1, and I call it like E1 dash, so it's a little bit different. But now the question is, does it make it from the short term to the long term? And then also kind of there are these different things. So what do I want to tell? So maybe I don't tell the truth, or what I want to say. So the information is a little bit different than what I have here in my brain, and then it flows over there, and then the sensor maybe slips some things, and the filter, that is the most important thing. This is what I actually want to talk about. That what if the brain actually activates a filter so that this information does not make it at all into here, or makes it into the brain as I1, and I call it kind of -1 to the power of -. So exactly the opposite, or something that actually corresponds to the belief of that brain. Yeah, so the information flows into here, makes it through the filters and so on, and maybe the filter here is okay, and then it doesn't make it, after a while. I still don't know whether I should actually put this filter together with this mechanism here, so that it doesn't make it into the real brain, because here belief of the brain, so that is kind of what this brain believes, so the model of the world, that this so there is this is kind of the world, here the continents, so this is the world, and if the outside world is different, normally you would try to have that word correspond to that word, so make those two equal or very similar. But for some people, this is kind of because of their beliefs, this world and this world is not the same. And so whenever information travels into this brain, then it will be altered so that this world is okay. So they only look at this world, but not at this world, or the real world. Whatever that is, whatever real world is, but let's say there's a huge difference between this and that. Now, what I wanted to talk about is this efficiency thing. So when I give an education, when I train somebody, let's say I invest 1 hour of my time, and how efficient is that? So how much does it change in this brain? And what I think is that it could be that if that brain says, or that person says, I don't want to learn, or internally, so it depends. It could say, I actively don't want to learn, I'm not interested, or I could passively do that, so the brain here doesn't know, the person doesn't know, and this is the important thing. So I need to ask myself, if I invest an hour, how much impact do I have here? And what I've seen is that it can be that you invest 1,000 times 1 hour and it has no result. Now the question is what to do. So what now? So what works? So what does work? That is the important thing. And now maybe when doing this, you don't raise the bar, to a level where this brain actually changes its belief here. And now the question for me is, can I use, yelling, weeping, some severe method to actually break that and make, in the end, this work better, be a better copy of the external world. That's what I want to reach. Now I'm going to try that, and if I succeed, I will report maybe in half a year or a year, because I think it will be a very, very long struggle if 1,000 times, or maybe even 10,000 times 1 hour have not worked. Okay, thanks a lot. Bye-bye.